So the Makoney theme comes with this beautiful magazine style about page template, and it has an author element and an FAQ section. You could even go ahead and add further sections from the contact page if you would want to. So how do we set this about page up? Let's go into my demo, and I've created an empty new page and I called it about. I haven't done anything with it yet. So as you can see, it's empty and it has the default template attached. So this is the first thing I want to change. You go ahead and you choose the header and footer template, empty header and footer template. And this time I don't choose the large header and footer, I choose the small default header and footer. As you can see in the demo, just the simple smaller header and footer is what I want. And then I need to include the about page pattern. Oh, clicked on the wrong button here. So I go into the toggle block inserter and I go to my patterns page again. And under categories, I look for the pages category. And here I already see my magazine style about page. And I can just click on it with one mouse click and I have the content added. I'm closing that again and I have the demo content as in the Makoney demo, and now I can go ahead and I see my FAQ section. I can change this around and include my own content, of course. How do you delete elements? It's always again good to have this list view toggled on. If I click on the section, I see I have the accordion FAQ block, and yes, you will need this for the element. You will also need this accordion FAQ block from for the filtered content element, so you should have already have it installed. Otherwise you will see an error message here. So if I need only 3 FAQs, I could delete some of them, and yeah, and I could just delete that and start writing my own content. And so on. And of course you can also change your questions here. So, and you can change this heading, of course, as well to whatever you want to. And let's go to the author section for a little bit. So now you have the author section. If I close this grid items, it's the same pattern again. So we put everything into the grid block, and then you have the grid items. First is the heading, which goes over all the columns, and then you have these 3 sections. So if, for instance, maybe you only have 2 authors, you could just delete that and you could widen these the other grid columns. So let's do that. I can delete the third one, and then I want to have this one a little bit wider. So instead of having it from 5 grid column to 9, I could go all the way and have it here. And then I take this one, and this is why I love to have the list view open. I can just target this. Alternatively, you have this bottom breadcrumb navigation here where you can target the nested blocks pretty easily. But yeah, if you have enough space on screen space, it's easiest to have the list view active. So here, this column, I want to have wider as well. So there I have the same width again. And so in tablet view, I probably want to do the same thing for both of them. Ah, now I'm changing the wrong one. So 1 to 7, 1 to 7, and this one on mobile, I want to have them below each other. So 7 to 13, 7 to 13, and on mobile they are below each other. So if I update that and I preview my About page, now I see I have these bigger 2 authors, and I can check in the responsiveness if everything is looking good as well. So yeah, on the tablets, this would look like that, and on small screens, mobile phones, they would be below each other. So this is yeah, and you can open and close your FAQ sections. So it's pretty cool. We've prepared these elements to be responsive automatically, and if you need to change anything, you can go change this in the grid and grid items settings. You could also go ahead and copy paste these items and make 4 authors out of it. You can not use the full screen if you think this is too big. You can have 4 authors next to each other, and we will probably add patterns ready to go for these author sections to have them ready to go in different numbers in one of the next updates. But for now, you can just go ahead and change the grid items positioning here in desktop, tablet, mobile.